Hello, hello! Perfidious Pete here, back and ready to go full-on super over-the-top extreme in a little XCOM, The Long War. That's right, this shit's gonna be more in-your-face than Guy Fieri with a garbage can full of nachos, and more crazily vicious than a Jennifer Aniston, Angelina Jolie fistfight post-Brad Pitt breakup. It's going to be a rough little scrap. There's going to be fingernails and fists flying everywhere. Sunglasses are going to get punched off Guy Fieri's stupid head and fall into the gutter and get busted. And then he'll pick them up and sprinkle them as like a garnish over some sort of polenta-based dish, probably. Seems like Guy's MO. But we're going to have to do everything we can to generate a little excitement, because the aliens have completely checked out on our playthrough at this point. They're just sending us small UFOs and abductions, nothing really that we can do a whole lot with. So we're going to have to steal a book from, or rather a page from the book of L. Ron Hubbard's playbook, and we're just going to come at him full-on whack-a-loon. And no, that was actually not a Dianetics reference, although that book is absolutely full-on whack-a-loon. You're right about that. But no, in all seriousness, don't steal any pages from Dianetics. I'm pretty sure if you get caught with a stolen page, L. Ron's flesh-tearing attorneys officially have legal claim on your immortal soul, or, you know, the alien ghost that haunts your body, or whatever ridiculous bullshit they're selling for all your money in an operating thane level. But anyway. The question really what we have here is, how do we bring the appropriate levels of madness and fury without resorting to L. Ron Hubbard? And I think what we're going to have to resort to is assembling a team of the most ludicrous lunatics in the history of XCOM. We're going to grab the shittiest of shitflingers, the foamiest of mouth frothers, the wackiest covered wagons in the Old West. So, you know, strap them on, because we're going to put together a team that makes Amanda Bynes look well-adjusted. And, you know, would totally make Leroy Jenkins proud with their boldly rushing in. So we got a small fighter coming in high here. Looks like it's after a satellite. I think we'll send up Heater to deal with this troublesome pest. Could send up Banjo, but I'm pretty sure Banjo would straight up scrap this, and really we'd like to crash it so we have a chance at recovering the Illyrium as opposed to just upright destroying it. We don't really need the cash. Cash is kind of one thing we don't necessarily have. Come on. Jesus, you almost got shot down, Heater. What the hell? You were supposed to be bringing the heat, and not the Sandra Bullock, Melissa McCarthy heat, but, you know, actual heat. Anyway. You got it done, and I forgot what I was saying previously. Oh, we did want to send Banjo, because Banjo would totally ruin its shit, and we need the Illyrium. And money is the one thing we sort of can get at will. We have tons of resources that we can just hork whenever we're ready for cash, so... Heavy floaters outside, Mutons and Seekers. A little bit of an intriguing composition with only a crew size of 11. I gotta assume we're gonna be looking at one, probably 5-man pod of heavy floaters. So let's start, well, let's start piling on the crazy. Alright, so everybody's clear there. And I gotta say, I'm really looking forward to, as soon as this campaign is over, starting a new campaign in a build that features that list loaded empty. It's going to be delightfully awesome. Anyway, let's pile on to crazy. And when it comes to fucking crazy, there is no one crazier than Colonel Mel Braveheart Gibson. Mel also a little bit pissed off that he was not the first man to get the chance to use our plasma sniper rifle in action. That honor actually went to Rihanna, and Mel has been real salty ever since. And when I say real salty, I don't mean he's been pissed, although he has been pissed. I actually mean he's been walking around the barracks naked, encrusted with salt. He just bought a big vat of it, rolls himself in honey, jumps out of bed in the morning, and then dips himself in a giant vat of salt and walks around the barracks that way. It's, well, it's real off-putting. And, you know, it's not like it's margarita night or anything, so the salt is not useful. It just gets in everywhere, somebody has to clean it up. It's messy. It's making Mel even more irritable than usual, because, you know, that shit chafes. Anyway, let's just say it's not been good. Should we take Jaden Smith? I'm thinking about taking Jaden Smith. Jaden Smith, not so much crazy as stupid, but I think stupidity is definitively well, it's at least an offshoot of insanity. We're definitely taking John Leguizamo, because he needs both EXP for the psychic thing and for his regular level up abilities. We could take Tay Groovy Diggs. I'm not against that. You know what? Let's take Tay Groovy Diggs, actually. The Groove Injector here can use a little Psychic EXP. In addition, he's another 2 for 4, so we can get both Psychic and Garden Variety EXP on this unit at the same time. Only drawback for old Tay, of course, is that, well, he's slower than molasses pouring out of a well digger's ass in Alaska in January, which is to say, quite slow. Although I think it's really more viscous than slow. I don't know. Anyway. Scope, laser sight, high capacity mags for the viscous groove man, Tay Diggs. And his viscosity aside, he should be able to at least do some damage to the enemy, assuming he can get within line of sight. Medic. You gotta get a medic. That's gonna be John Rat Leguizamo, who I think actually has our highest willpower of any trooper we have on the field. He may be our highest will unit overall. And when I say maybe, I actually mean definitively, except for Lindsay Lohan, who's considerably higher rank and also much more psychically endowed. Pretty sure Leguizamo is top kick, so... Gonna get old Rat here, of course, his patented Slim Shady Memorial Slugslinger, which we would like to replace soon, and we will have an opportunity to replace it, actually, because we did pick up a plasma rifle in our last mission. As soon as we can get some spare Illyrium, we can turn it into a real gun for our little friend there. What else should we take? An engineer would not be terrible. If we have an engineer who could use some psychic EXP, do we? Well, we had Kristen Stewart, but we tried her out last mission, and much to our and Stephanie Meyer's chagrin, it didn't really go that well. So it looks like that's actually a no. So let's take Jaden Smith then. Jaden, of course, the physical embodiment of the sun god Ra, a fallen deity. Well, not necessarily fallen so much as just willfully came to Earth, but you know, he is a demigod. Actually, just a full-on legitimate god. And we're going to give him a battle scanner, Kim grenade, and a arc thrower. Jaden would be one of our most psychically powerful in units, except for the fact that, well, he's had a number of unfortunate critical wounds thrown his way, so... He does have in the zone. Jaden will be a dyed-in-the-wool killer for us, much to the pleasure of Gary Oldman. He likes that kind of thing. Do we have an assault trooper to keep him company? Seriously, anyone will do. John Flansburgh, of course, is in the hospital, because that's where John Flansburgh lives. Our other two assaults are both max level, and neither are psychically endowed. That sort of makes me not want to take them. And by sort of, I mean it makes me absolutely just not want to take them. You know what I think we'll do? We will go without... I think, yeah, that's what we'll do. You know what? We're going to go without an assault trooper, and we're going to take Axl Rose instead. So, let's just get out the rest of our team, and we'll just take double mech troopers. So, who else is ready for a little action? Anybody? Do we have an officer? Oh, yeah, we got Mel Gibson. That's right. So, Geely, Jennifer Lopez looking like a solid pick then. Yeah, we're going to go with old Geely here. So, let's get J-Lo. Get her kitted up, ready to roll. Now, we do have an extra suit of Archangel armor we could throw on somebody. Nobody's using it. Actually, I think we'll probably throw that on Tay Diggs. That poor bastard is fucking slow enough as it is. So, Plasma Carbine then for J-Lo. That's going to help out her speed, which is not phenomenal. So, Groove Injector, if you would then, why don't we switch you... Maybe speed you up a little bit by giving you the Archangel armor. It's not going to, you know, make a huge difference, but with you, every little bit helps. And then for our last unit, we just want a gunner. Probably going to be Nicki Minaj. Yeah. So old Nicky's going to get the call in the bring in the big gun department. And we're going to grab Nikki. A Plasma Nova gun, scope, laser sight, high capacity mags. That'll have her sorted. She'll be in fine fettle. And instead of an assault trooper, then, we're going to take Axl Rose. Yeah, I know. No, you make a good case. Axl Rose is pretty shitty. I mean, he's punishingly mediocre, but he was, for a brief moment, the greatest rock star in the history of mankind. You know, like about 6 to 8 months after Use Your Illusion, or not Use Your Illusion, but Appetite for Destruction came out. About 6 to 8 months after Use Your Illusion came out, he was like a nobody that anyone even remembered who he was, as opposed to World's Greatest Superstar. We're going to go with the Electropulse and a Flamethrower for Axl. And we'll back that up with the Illyrian Turbos that'll let him get into range, and weapon gyros because his aim isn't exactly fantastic. Let's get William Axl Rose sorted. Now let's take an actual mech trooper if we might. Just anyone who needs experience really will do. Yeah, Alpha Dog. Are you even close to a level, Justin Timberlake? Actually, you should level on this mission. Good. Alright. So JT then is going to get some proximity mine launchers, a little bit of grenade launcher to back that up, tactical sensors, of course, to increase his defense as much as possible. That's got JT sorted. Let's go get stuck in. Off to a small UFO. Now, if we can capture one of these floaters, we will.
Strike one. Prepare for landing.
We can always use more plasma weapons. We could take good advantage of those. But I'm not really going to go out on a limb to try and capture one. I haven't had good luck with capturing heavy floaters anyway, so it's a little more of a risk than I'm comfortable with.
And there's a risk of further civilian casualties if we don't secure the area on the double.
Bradford, just once in my life I would like to be as drunk as you for as long as you. It seems like that would be delightful. I mean, there's no hangovers for Bradford because the man is drunk 24/7. When he passes out, well, actually right before he passes out, he goes down to the infirmary and injects himself into an IV full of just pure grain alcohol so that he can stay fucked up 100% of the time. His liver looks like a leftover prune that has been left out in the sun for 2 to 3 weeks. Battle scanners ahoy, then. So, Jaden Smith, why don't you head over there? You can go ahead and deploy this battle scanner over here. We know frequently there's a pod that winds up in this vicinity. And considering there's a meld canister there, that sort of seems to improve our odds. Let's get one out and see if we can trip them. We did not. Alright, so no pod over there, or at least not in our line of battle scanner sight, which is honestly is okay. We're going to have J-Lo,
I'm on the move.
who has Grenadier. She can throw a battle scanner a good long way. We're going to have her check sort of the other direction. Oftentimes there will be a pod sort of over in this area. We can double check that as well. Plenty of battle scanners, no reason to not use them. And as we suspected, there we go. So there's our pod. I see floaters. That's what you'd said to your 4-year-old the other day when you were potty training him. I see floaters, I'm so proud. Alright, so what do we got? Looks like 4 heavy floaters. We should exercise at least a small bit of caution then with 4 heavy floaters. Now, none of them should have squad sight, so we are going to have Uncle Mel kick into flight mode, and as he said so eloquently, he's going airborne. We're going to take Uncle Mel, make sure he's far away from the action and in the air, so that we can take advantage of Uncle Mel's squad sight ability to best effect. Now, we don't want to pop this pod, and I feel this is probably about as close as we're going to be able to safely get. It is, in fact, about as close as we can safely get. JT is not going to be able to get a grenade into range, but really that's actually completely acceptable. Let's get our troopers, as many of them as we can at any rate, sort of positioned and ready to return fire once this pod spawns. Hey Diggs, why don't you go over range, buddy? Axel? Yeah, that's fine. The key question is, does Axel have a jack? And if you get that reference, I'll be fucking surprised. But, yeah. Anyway, Ethan Embry. You know, kind of underrated, I feel. Deserves more credit than he gets. Anyway, that's all of our moves. We know where the enemy are, so we don't really need to deploy another battle scanner just yet. We've got Uncle Mel keeping an eye on things from high in the sky. A little bit of Overwatch Force, and we will probably have Uncle Mel go ahead and pop that pod. The enemies will not know where we are. Why could Uncle Mel not shoot? Why can't Uncle Mel shoot one of those guys? Does Uncle Mel not have line of sight for some bizarre reason? We have squad sight, we should be able to see him. Alright, no, it's fine, game. You gonna be that way?
Heading out.
Bullshit, you know, I'm used to it at this point, really. Nothing that you can do surprises me anymore, game. You heard me. Now Uncle Mel should have some shots here. Actually, some damn good shots, in all honesty, yeah. Uncle Mel's gonna be able to double tap, possibly double tap one of these guys just straight the hell out of existence. Does not have a 100% chance to hit that guy for some reason. Intriguing. Alright, well, we're going to take 2 slam dunks. I'm not going to risk a miss. Also, I do want to sort of concentrate on the nearest unit, so... 1 shot for Uncle Mel. Uncle Mel's going to kick off the double tap here. He does have a 20% critical chance, which he did not score. Still, he has badly injured that unit, which is good for us. So, I think our patented proximity mine grenade trick is going to be the way to go here. Just trying to decide what's the best place to put it. Now, probably, in all honesty, here is going to be our best bet. So we will pop a proximity mine right there. And now we just need to try and get somebody with a grenade close enough to detonate it, which may be the difficult part of that particular tactic. I do have a good suspicion Tay Groovy Diggs is going to be able to score a kill for us here. Yeah, 85%. We'll take it. Tay Groovy Diggs, drawing first blood. So, Axel, what can you do, buddy? Well, you could run up there and flamethrower the shit out of some guys. That would actually be pretty good. But you know what else you could do, Axel?
Okay.
Your EMP pulse might not be the worst idea in the world right here. Might not be a good idea, because... yeah, it's going to hit 2. That's at least 12 damage. We'll take it.
Electrical systems firing.
Yep, I didn't think it would work as far as the disabling goes because floaters are actually not robots. Nikki, what can you do? You have a bad shot. Well, can you do any better, Nikki? The moving slightly got you a flank shot, and yes, dramatically better. Nikki may actually score a kill here. Or she could fire wildly into a tree. Both scenarios equally likely where Nicki Minaj is involved. Clearly, she must have been channeling her alter ego Roman for a brief moment there. And, well, she felt the need to sort of unnecessarily gloat. What are your hit chances like? Not good. I think we will have you Mind Fray then, John Rat Leguizamo, instead. It's probably going to serve us a little bit better. So, John Leguizamo doing a fine impression, by the way. I gotta say, his cross-dressing skills really coming along nicely. For a moment there, we almost didn't even remember that John Leguizamo was pretending to be a woman.
Got it covered.
J-Lo, you got nothing. You got nothing, son. J-Lo really doesn't bring anything to this party. Nothing at all. Alright, J-Lo. If you pop a pod with that move, I'm seriously going to fire you. You got lucky. Alright, so we have what sounds like some mutants behind us. Wow, that did a unpleasantly high amount of damage to our friend Axl Rose. And Axl may be going down first time out of the box here. This could be ugly for... Yeah, well, Tay Diggs is still okay. This could be ugly for Axl, though. He's in pretty dire straits. Those heat warheads really did a number on him. Now it looks like Axl's going to live to fight another day. I'm not even sure he's actually hurt. That may still all be armor damage. We are going to have Axl fall back, though. No question about that. Axl has got to get out of dodge. Nicki Minaj, what can you do? Anything? You take 2 really bad shots. Alright, what about you, Tay Diggs? Now you have 1 bad shot and 1 slightly less bad shot. I really feel that Axl Rose needs to sort of get to safety. We're just going to have Axl fall back and go see the rat. Uncle Mel, what can you bring to the table in this situation? Axl taking his sweet goddamn time. You know, if we do even 1 more damage than base, we'll get a kill here. So I'm going to take this shot. Uncle Mel actually delivering under the base damage just to spite me. Thanks, I appreciate it. Your spite makes me a little upset there. That should be a kill. We'll take it. J-Lo, gonna get one here. If we have somebody who can panic this last guy, we may go for a capture with Jaden Smith. Although we do just have the 1 stun gun because we only have we didn't bring an assault trooper. We brought Axl Rose instead, which is a decision that I am currently regretting. Axl, chump. Do we have anybody who has panic? Mind panic? I think it's just Jaden Smith that has panic. I mean, we could mind fray him, and we're probably going to mind fray him actually. So yeah, you know what? Let's go for the fray. We need the EXP here with Tay Diggs anyway. Don't fuck this up, Tay Diggs. All right then, nicely done. Right, so that guy should be pretty much worthless. Axl, let's go to Overwatch. JT, not really sure what I would have you do here, buddy. You know what? I think we'll go for some collateral damage. This is going to do a little bit of damage to the enemy and also destroy his cover, which may encourage him to move. We would not have a problem with that. At anything, it's just going to reduce his health total a little bit. Or not at all. It does leave him wide out in the open. Could suppress him with Nicki Minaj, but I think the suppression is probably going to get us a kill. And we don't actually really want to get a kill. So I think we'll just have Nicki reload. And let's see how Mr. Floater reacts to our aggressive reloading. He's running away.
They're backing up. Advance.
If he's running away, he's going to be doing it very fucking slowly because he is mind frayed, so he ain't exactly going to go very far. That is like the legitimate end of how far he can go. Yeah, that's his full sprint right there. It's going to be up to Jaden Smith then to kind of empty out the capture. Not sure Jaden's going to be able to get close enough. In order to make sure that Jaden has the room, we would kind of need to give Jaden... You know what? Let's do this. We'll kick it on to flight mode. Flight mode is going to give us a defensive bonus. So what we will do is stay in the air. Fly to there, Jaden.
Killing thrusters.
And then also, if you could maybe panic that guy. There we go. Psychic EXP for Jaden, and a very, very likely chance at a capture. Worst case scenario, Jaden Smith finishes that guy off by himself.
Fire on this position.
Since when do panicked units get a fire for free? Is that the sort of stock response for floaters, is to shoot? If it is, I'm gonna have to be very, very cautious about panicking heavy floaters in the future, because that's sort of bullshit. The Rat is gonna patch up Axl Rose. Nicki Minaj, your services are no longer required in this general vicinity. Why don't you head over here so we can prepare to engage the mutons that are no doubt lurking in shadowy doorways. Or, you know, well-lit doorways. They're mutons. They're not overly terrified of much, so, you know. Now, the audio clues are telling me that there are mutons over in this vicinity. I know we already deployed a battle scanner over in this area, but maybe we just missed them? Nope. Okay, then. So there are still 7 enemies in addition to our friendly neighborhood floater over here.
Already there.
Friendly neighborhood floater would be a great name for a band. So we're going to have Uncle Mel stay in the air. We don't exactly want Uncle Mel moving forward. We just want him in a position to take full advantage of his squad sight ability when possible. So Uncle Mel still spots nothing. Alpha Dog, why don't you head back over this direction as well. And we are trusting Jaden Smith sort of on his own, and I don't know why I'm doing it, because I've seen After Earth, and I know what happens when you trust Jaden Smith with a critical mission by himself.
Moving out.
And that is, he basically fucks up every single possible way there is to fuck it up. And this time he doesn't have a sort of a father figure coaching him along who has more patience than Job. Seriously, the amount of patience Will Smith displays in that film is fucking remarkable. There are at least 12 different scenes where he should have, and with good right and, you know, complete defense of the law, he could have legitimately murdered his son, and I think no court in the world would have convicted him. I really don't. So Jaden's going to mind fray, because that's basically what he's got here. So, going to get 1 damage. Suppression should stack on them, or at least refresh. I don't know if it actually stacks, I believe. If you have a Mind Fray and you override it with another Mind Fray, it just refreshes the duration, which is fine.
Moving to Overwatch.
Let's get the Rat over in a support position. Rat still does have one of our few remaining battle scanners, which we may need to use. Yes, yes, I know, Mel Gibson, that you can see that floater, but Jaden Smith has got that shit covered. He doesn't need you, Mel. Not everything requires you. Oh, Mel's almost out of fuel. I don't think we'll be having Mel fly too much farther. Why don't you reload, Mel? Mel can hover indefinitely, but having him move apparently still consumes fuel, so we'll have to be a little bit careful about that. We cannot get the meld canister. I don't necessarily want to pop a pod, so I don't think I'm going to take too aggressive a move forward. We'll just take a small forward advance and then reload at the end.
Reloaded.
My guess is most of our remaining enemies then are going to be probably inside the ship.
Heading out.
Move up with Nicki Minaj. Tay Diggs is going to dash,
Orders confirmed.
because Tay Diggs has to dash to move more than 6.5 feet. When you're toting a load of groove as heavy as, you know, Tay Diggs, it's well, it's hard on the hips. It's tough to get around. Tay not as mobile as he used to. He's got all that groove suspended between his legs, just sort of hanging there, and
I'm watching.
really takes its toll.
Roger that. Scanning.
All right, what do you got, Mr. Floater? Still panicked, huh? All right then. Why don't you just keep doing your thing? Eventually, we are going to have to either stun or kill that man. Fortunately, we have this turn to go for it, so
Heading to that
let's step up to the gate here and throw a little bit of stun at him. What do you got, Jaden? Jaden, you got nothing. Yeah, I saw, Jaden. We all saw. We all saw. Everyone saw your shame. Your dad was watching from the cockpit of the plane, and now it's up to Uncle Mel Gibson to save your ass. Fortunately, Uncle Mel can't miss. Man, the travel time on that bullet was extreme. Mel had to really display some sniping skill there. That shot was so far he had to actually adjust for the Coriolis effect. Spinning of the Earth itself, deflecting the path of his bullet.
I'm watching.
J-Lo, just go stand behind that log. Tay Diggs, I'd have you move up to that tree, but I'm almost certain it's going to spawn a pod.
On the move.
Why don't you prove me right? Oh, wow.
Roger.
Tay Diggs making me look like a goat. That's fine. You want to run it, Tay Diggs. That's fine.
Okay.
Sure as you're as cool as you used to be. I don't know as you carry the gravitas, frankly, to get away with that kind of shit anymore. So we've got 3 regular mutons, which is what we should have gone for the stun on if we had been smarter. It's what we would have done. 3 regular mutons look like 2 seekers as well. Nothing that we're overly concerned about, if we're perfectly
Targeting
frank.
system readjusting.
You know what? I think we'll just have... Wow, your shots are real bad. Okay, so we've learned a valuable lesson, and that lesson is that Axl Rose is not a good shot. Axl, why don't you come get out of line of sight then, because otherwise you're going to get killed. So Axl Rose, cowering, hiding from his fans and friends. That kid, Axl Rose, he doesn't have any friends. Or fans, for that matter. Poor Axl. It's tough to see your heroes die, isn't it? Then again, I'm not sure Axl Rose was ever anybody's hero. And if he was, more's the pity for that person. I want to grow up and be Axl Rose. No, I hope no one has ever said that. I really do. We got some blood call, mutons shuffling around. Somebody's going to take a pot shot here at Justin Timberlake. Surprising connect, actually. Gotta say, little shock there. Not expecting Justin to take damage. I really feel Justin's going to be okay. He can weather the storm. Justin's he's a tough cat. Somebody's going for some Overwatch here. Looks like old Nicky. There's a dead Seeker.
Kill confirmed.
Tell you what, Nicki Minaj does not fuck around when it comes to the Overwatch. She gets shit done. Hey, Jaden Smith, yeah. Yep.
Double time.
Over there, alone, looking at something that someone else was forced to do for him because Jaden is a helpless idiot. I really have to feel, Jaden Smith, that that's a situation you've been in before. I can't imagine that that is a new sensation for you. On the downside, we have no scout to draw Overwatch for us, so we're sort of stuck in place because of one overwatching muton. That's real shitty. Also, he has covering fire. Delightful. That's a miss, so at least we got rid of the Overwatch. Although we did it in a wholly unexpected fashion, it's still going to be gone.
Laying mine.
And that'll let J-Lo do some good work for us then. We can hit him with our favorite combo tactic. J-Lo should be able to close enough now to get a grenade in there. Yep, she sure can. So here we go then. We're going to actually send this one a little bit long so we can maybe get rid of some cover back here.
Batter up.
J-Lo going deep. Fantastic damage from J-Lo, I gotta say. 15 with the combination plate. And all the cover has been ruined forever. So these mutons not in a quality position. And we're gonna just have old Axl Rose flank this gentleman. And I think he can just shoot him square in the back. This might get a kill if we can get a critical here. 65% chance for a crit. Yeah, there we go. So Axl Rose, we found one thing Axl Rose can do. He can hit a point-blank shot. If you give him the point-blank shot, Axl Rose will connect. Alright, now we could double tap. We'll save that for Uncle Mel. If we can't get another trooper who maybe could still use a little EXP, a shot of the killing blow here, we'll just have Uncle Mel finish him off. If not, we can conserve the double tap. Tay Diggs is going to kill this man with his mind. Or at least try. Killed. I gotta say, Tay Diggs, while I'm not generally a huge fan of yours, the maniacal laughter there, that was pretty fucking sweet. I gotta say, I am a fan of your maniacal laughter after murdering a man with your brain. That's style. I mean, really, and there's no other word for it. That's not just winning. That's winning with panache. So well done, Tay Diggs. Just gonna advance here, Uncle Mel. We're just gonna. Are you our last unit? Yeah, we'll just end our turn now. We don't want to use Uncle Mel's double tap, because we can't. We don't have a target anymore. We also don't want to have Uncle Mel move, because he'll run out of fuel and fall from the sky, which we, again, not really looking forward to having done. So Jaden Smith is going to continue his After Earth-style lonesome advance across the bitter wasteland of the middle of nowhere. Eventually, he may return to the fight.
Stepping off.
I don't know. Honestly, it would take a better prognosticator than me to predict whether or not Jaden will arrive before the battle is over. Smart money is on Jaden will miss the whole fucking show. So we got a couple outsiders. Not really a problem. That's going to allow Uncle Mel to give us a serious contribution here. Uncle Mel's just going to take this kill. Doink. 11 damage critical. No double tap for Uncle Mel because it foolishly got wasted on nothing. That's delightful. Can Nicki Minaj get a shot? She can. Nicki Minaj has 2 bad shots or 1 kind of shitty shot. You know what? We're just going to Nicki Minaj suppress them.
Got him covered.
She's not going to hit. We're not going to worry about it. We're not going to be too terribly concerned with trying to make something happen there. I think the suppression is the right move. Put Tay Diggs on Overwatch. I really feel strongly that Little Axel here is about to get his second kill. What do you say, Little Axel? How you feel, buddy? Not that good. I mean, good enough, but still, 86% was a little lower than we were expecting from a flank shot.
Not a problem anymore.
You may have spoken too soon, Axel. That guy could easily run around the corner and fill your guts full of lead. And we're going to discourage this guy from moving as much as possible with a combination proximity mine and suppression. So if he wants to come out of there and trigger that proximity mine, he may die. If the Overwatch connects after the proximity mine, that guy will be dead. This is sort of what I'm hoping that he does, actually, just to kind of end the mission. Nope, just going to shoot. And he will shoot at Nicki Minaj and miss wildly. Not really a problem. We'll just have J-Lo go ahead and kill him then. J-Lo, what do you say? Are you out of grenades or something, J-Lo? Where are you, J-Lo? Jennifer Lopez, where are you? That's John Leguizamo. Where's Jennifer? There she is.
Headed there now.
Little Jennifer Lopez was hiding, playing a little hard to get for us. Not something that Jennifer Lopez is known for, honestly. Being hard to get, that is.
Eat this.
Bam! J-Lo, once again, coming up short. Well, she got the assist. You know what? We could kill this guy, but we're going to mind frame instead because John Leguizamo needs Psychic EXP. So we're going to give John Leguizamo some Psychic EXP. And anybody else who actually has a Psychic power that's not on cooldown and can get that Psychic power in range, we're going to give him a chance. Jaden Smith, of course, not that person. Mel Gibson doesn't have a Psychic power, for which I think we should all be very fucking thankful. We should all really sort of thank our lucky stars that Mel Gibson does not have Psychic powers. Hey, Diggs is on cooldown. You know what, Tay? Why don't you just take a shot then? Or 2 shots. You've got to. Looks like you're going to need 2, so I guess it's fortunate that you have both of them. Okay, maybe you need 3, but I don't think we're going to give you a 3rd shot if you don't want to kill. Axl Rose is always there to pick up some sloppy seconds. Axl does not mind, and if you don't believe that shit, just ask Slash. Because Axl's had more secondhand goodies than anybody else in the band. Although I'd be surprised if you could actually name anyone else in Guns N' Roses besides Axl or Slash.
Nailed him.
Yeah, the thing is, where's the... Oh, there's a Seeker somewhere. There's a Seeker! There. Alright, yeah, he's lurking in the wings. Probably was making a move on Jaden Smith, if I had to take a guess. I would guess he was probably trying to haul ass toward Jaden's position to get in a cheap shot.
Covering now.
Alternatively, he could be making a move on Uncle Mel. Probably making a move on Uncle Mel, now that I think about it. So let's have Uncle Mel get his flight mode off. Gonna bring him down to the ground to conserve fuel, and Uncle Mel is just gonna straight up make a run for it. Or not, because Uncle Mel... Now Uncle Mel's on the ground. Alright, so let's get Uncle Mel back towards some aid. And we'll see if we can perhaps get that stealther decloaked. Maybe he'll just appear and we can get an Overwatch shot. That would be cool. If not, we can always have Rat throw a battle scanner and see if we can unstealth the prick. He's hiding. Yeah, that's exactly what he's doing. He's making a break for Uncle Mel Gibson. JT's gonna get a shot here. Justin Timberlake gets everything but what he needed. Wah, wah, wah. Uncle Mel, surprisingly resilient to the gunfire there. So who wants this kill? Anybody? How about you, Rat? You, I don't know. I was gonna say you could kill him with your brain, but you actually can't. Is there anybody who can kill him with his brain? I mean, we could always just have Mel Gibson shoot him with a pistol if worse comes to worse. Let's see if Jaden Smith can get close enough to at least see the enemy. The answer is no. Well done, Jaden Smith. Alright, let's just have Nicki Minaj walk over here and shoot him then. Nikki, if you would be so kind as to end this gentleman's life. Thank you. I appreciate your contributions.
We nailed it.
So, Team Crazy Ass on Operation Blind Palace. Things turning out not quite as crazy as we had hoped, really. Other than Axl Rose, not much excitement to be found. Axl, of course, providing us with some brief excitement because of his miserable, miserable failures as a human being. But, I gotta say, was that surprising to anyone that Axl Rose would be a miserable failure? I mean, we saw that coming, so... Since it's quite predictable, I'm not sure how exciting it could be. Axl, we're going to spend the next 4 days in the hospital, which is fine, because he was going to spend 4 days taking a nap either way. So I guess that's a wash. Axl did get 3 kills, and has joined the ranks of the 3-to-1 kill-to-mission ratio team, despite the fact that he's only been on 1 mission. You know, I think we'd have to put an asterisk on that sort of Make him, what was it, Roger Maris style. He would get the asterisk beside the 3-to-1 kill mission club because only been on one mission. I think that's worthy of an asterisk. We did pick up on some pretty good psychic EXP on that mission, however. 5 Illyrium also, which is nice. 20 alloys. Some meld, which we don't really care about. Let's head to the gray market. Now, we do still need 1,000 credits to get our Gollop chamber built, so we can sell off these parts we don't need, and we may do a little bit of a shopping spree here, just to get rid of some additional unwanted devices. We got an extra alien surgery and a power supply. Let's just get rid of those. And how many weapon fragments do we have? All of them, right? We have all the weapon fragments that have ever been created? Pretty much. Let's get rid of some of these. It's going to make a delightful sound. You know what? Actually, let's sell alien alloys. We have more of these than we actually need, and we won't have to hear the delightful "you're selling stuff" noise quite as many times. So let's take this down to 425, sell that off. Transaction complete. Enough cash for the Gollop chamber. All we have to do now is wait for our power facility to come online, which happens in 4 days. And with that, then, since we're just sort of poised and ready, I think we'll go ahead and wrap things up. Of course, if you enjoyed the episode, feel free to drop a like down in the comment section. Your support does mean a lot to us. And if you'd like to see more daily XCOM, consider subscribing as well. We'll see you again soon.